Welcome back to the Miami Marlins franchise. Season 4 has been a tough one to this point. I had some higher hopes for this team, but we've opened the year 4-10, and I was hoping to see us win around 80 games this year. For that to happen, things have to turn around quickly, or we could see a lot of change coming to this team. Runs have been hard to come by. We have the worst batting average in all of baseball, and our usual highest average hitting hitter is currently out for the next 2 months, leaving us reeling at the plate with only a couple players really playing up to their usual standards. When you can't hit and you can't pitch, there ain't a whole lot else you can do to fix your team. You have to find a way to get something going. Today I'm looking to see if the offense can pick up the pace and which players are ultimately needing to be replaced. I'm looking at Griffin Conine right now after earning the starting job at the end of last year and with his play in the spring. But now he's 6 for 44 on the season. I'm a little concerned here about Johnny Grieve and his bat-to-ball skills not living up to expectations here to begin his major league career. Could he still need some seasoning down at AAA? Well, we've won 3 games in a row. Let's see if we can stay hot as we'll play 13 of our next 20 games on the road. The Phillies weren't expecting they'd help out our slow start, but we're trying to sweep them now. 1 apiece here in the 6th inning. It's Otto Lopez with a runner on, facing a good pitcher in Christopher Sanchez. Not a fan of that one. Good speed aboard. We're going to take off, but have to retreat. 1 away. Now you've got the excitement in Hank Holder. He has 3 homers on the year. To the right side, and that's sharp enough to not get to, actually. Holder beats it out. What does it take to double up Hank? Holder goes inside, and now a base hit from taking the lead. Into center, it's gonna land, and Hank Holder sprints around third, and the Marlins take the lead. Jonah Bride continues to be one of the bright spots among this struggling offense. And I think we got Evan Carter's season going after a very slow first 10 games. Had a 3-hit game with him, and then he started to play better in games afterwards. He puts this one into right field, and Sanchez really gets away with this pitch. And meanwhile, you've got Daniel Espino. It's only his 3rd start as a Marlin. First one was excellent. Second, he gave up 6 runs in 4 innings. And today, winning baseball. And they're leaving him in here. Can he really go 7 frames? The bullpen hasn't been great this year, so to lessen their load is probably for the best. We also haven't gotten that many good quality starts to begin the year. Drilled the corner. Espino's 2-2. It's up the middle. Tracked down by Otto Lopez. Next up, Max Kepler, and just apparently off the corner. Excellent pitch again. Got him chasing a fastball. Here's Tyler Stevenson. He's crushing it, hitting .408 on the year. Hank Holder behind the bag, and he got him by a half step. That's 7 innings for Daniel Espino. And now the bullpen trying to protect a very slim lead. And Bryce Harper steps in with 2 aboard in the 8th. Nardi misses high. This count runs full. Trey Turner's next. Nardi's 3-2 is belted to center, but playable for Ruiz. No advance. And here comes Ronnie Enriquez next. Doing a better job against righties than lefties. 98 on the inside edge. Ronnie ahead. And line to right. Conine has to fire home. Here comes the tying run. Scoring easily. Trey Turner coming through for the Phillies. Gotta have a better throw here. I mean, Conine's defense is supposed to be one of his calling cards. Just a bad throw. And now we're going to try to finish off the inning, and Holder has it eat him up. And the bases are now loaded. And that's going to be a rare error charge to Hank Holder. You know, when you open the year as bad as we have, it's never one thing going wrong. It's just about every possible thing. Line drive again. It's going to dump, and another 2 runs will score. 3 runs with 2 gone. Oh no, it's Ryan Helsley. When I redid my hitting camera, this was actually the ballpark that I was testing in, because the batter's eye doesn't extend as high as some others, and there's nothing to block the sky. So I knew I had to be able to hit in this park, have a camera that worked. Got him! 102 right down the middle. 102 continues to fly by. And then the 12-6 off of it. A really tough combination to fight off. On the ground. And the Phillies are able to come back and spoil our chances at a sweep. Marlins move to 4-11. Good to see Ramirez went yard again. At least he's playing well. That is a key development early this season if he can get things on track. But now we continue this road trip to Chicago, winning 6-0 in the first matchup. Jonah Bride tripled. Carter doubled 3 times. And Yuri Perez goes 7. And then we get blown out 12-0. What the heck happened this time? Jordan Hicks only records 4 outs. Bobby Miller gets hit with 4 runs on 6 hits. It is a series win, though. We are going to take that. That gives us 2 straight series victories. Or actually, it's a 4-game set. Hold up. We actually end up splitting. Bases loaded here against the Padres. We trail by 2. Nothing to really show from this game, but we just beat the Padres, and Espino went 7 innings now in back-to-back starts. And Agustin Ramirez, 4 for 5 with 2 doubles. He's getting hot at the plate. Also big for Connor Norby to have a 3 for 6 day. Feels good to be moving Agustin Ramirez back up the order. And we're making some changes to the offense now. Estieri Ruiz, Luke Keeschel both find themselves in the starting lineup. Johnny Grieve may be taking a couple days off. As we jump into a player lock game with Agustin Ramirez. 292 with an 820 OPS, and he might be this team's RBI leader with a dozen. He hits one high and hard to left center. It's tracked down, though. He didn't get all of it. Jackson Merrill here at the plate. Might have to throw out a runner this time. He's going. Ramirez. Good try, but no. Hoping to see defense develop here for Ramirez. That's what we're focused on training this year. Low-scoring game. 1 apiece. And we jump into the 6th inning here on Jackie Robinson Day. Little inside-out swing here. And you know what? What? That wasn't fair? Thought we had just gotten gifted one there, but not quite. Nope. Swung through the slider. Good pitcher's duel continuing. Oh, he's not trying to steal. That's 0 stealing ability there. Okay, a pop-up. We can probably handle some of these. Nice catch. Yuri Perez going deep into this game. Good to see this recent trend from the starting pitching. But we're not giving these guys run support when they have a good day. Top of the 9th. See if Ramirez can help spark a rally and be that go-ahead run that would probably get pinch ran for. Whoa! That one hits the protected elbow guard for Ramirez. And they really should run for him here. I think I need to jump in because we need to get Cole Carrig there on the base paths. It's Luke Keeschel. He has gotten 19 at-bats to this point. He has 4 hits. On the ground, and could be 2. It is. And we're hoping to force extras now. Soriano gets the bottom of the 9th. 2-2 on the way to Hoskins, and he's a little bit late. Thomas in right. Gloves it. Soriano almost out of this. Jake Cronenworth behind. He's down looking on a fastball painting the corner. Let's play extras. It's been a slow start for guys like Alec Thomas at the plate. Let's see. Keeschel at third doesn't have the best speed, so we could end up running maybe Dane Myers here in this spot. Let's get the great Dane into scoring position. And a full count to Thomas opens the inning. Got him on a high fastball, and Thomas is frustrated. So now we're going to need a hit. Evan Carter sends this out to left field, not looking good. 2 away. We might just have the right guy at the plate, though. 2-1 on Hank Holder. He sends this deep into the night. Right center hit well. Out of reach, and Hank is sprinting. You're so lucky. He would have had 3 easily. Hank Holder has put the Marlins on top. I'm not so sure he couldn't have gone inside the park here. The center fielder wasn't really backing up, but it goes over the fence. They just walked Jonah Bride. That's the state of our team right now. The most dangerous hitters are Hank Holder and 32-year-old Jonah Bride. And now Lopez. Nope, he knew it was foul. This one, though, is crushed. Lopez deep. It's gone. 3-run homer, Otto Lopez. We break open the 10th with 2 gone. And I believe here on episode 25, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's the first home run I've ever hit with Otto Lopez. It's his first of season 4. This doesn't happen often. But we've been crushing mistakes here these last few at-bats. And now we have ourselves a big 5-1 10th inning lead. Jose Alvarado, 4 for 4 on save attempts. This is not his 5th try as we scored 1 too many runs. Dominant start to Jack Sawinski. And Thomas should have this one. It's out number 1. Runner moving up to third. Fishing Jackson Merrill goes down swinging. And the Padres go down in order. Dominant outing for Jose Alvarado. But man, we really saved that game in the 10th. Hank Holder blasting that double. And Lopez with the exclamation point. I was not expecting that whatsoever. 8-13 feels like a much improved record. 7-3 over our last 10. But let's go check on the scouting world now. We're 95% of the way there on Junior Ramirez, who's going to be 31st on the board. He slides, maybe out of that first round pick conversation. But then Robert Perez, he rises up the board. 85 to 95 potential. He is a 4-year college player, and he's going to be 4th on the board. Very good preventing walks. Not the most overpowering strikeout guy, but upside across the board looks strong. Throws a mid-90s fastball, change, slider, sinker. Now, he is 21, would still need some years, so Maybe not as valuable as some other prospects if he kind of makes it to the majors around 24, 25. We discover one outfield prospect. Let's see if we can make that one count. And not this time. Horace Rose, unranked. I'm finding myself still scouting a lot of starting pitching early in this draft. There's just so many good players in the top 20. We'll have Daniel Early and Ken Chadwick getting scouted now, and those two will both need 2 weeks. Chadwick, really good run preventer and home run preventer. The upside looks great across the board. Early, meanwhile, a little more velocity-oriented, it seems, but doesn't have a bad walk per 9 at all. We dropped this finale to San Diego, but we have won 3 consecutive series. Little bit worried here. Oh, Johnny Grieve! He goes yard in this game, but we obviously got smoked as Jordan Hicks gave up 6 more, Bobby Miller 3 runs. This is a troubling stretch then for Hicks, as he hasn't made it to the 4th inning in his last 4 outings. And then we have Bobby Miller, who has given up homers in his last 3 relief appearances. And in 7 appearances this year, only 1 has been clean with no runs allowed. I think I've seen enough this year from Bobby Miller. We'll see if he passes through waivers, but we are going to be replacing his Major League roster spot with Xavier Curry, 29-year-old reliever who I think could be that multi-inning guy. He has 38 stamina, does a good job preventing walks and homers. And we need that to settle some of these games down. The offense is improving, but we still have some issues in the outfield, with Alek Thomas struggling, hitting only 192 with 2 extra base hits on the year. Estieri Ruiz is only hitting 190 in his 42 at-bats. And meanwhile at AAA, Chet Sparbory, not tearing the cover off the ball or anything, but he's the outfielder I've been hyping up for a while. Has a few 2-hit games recently. He's trending well in his last 10. So let's head to Jacksonville then for this game, as the Jumbo Shrimp and Chet Sparbory will take the field. At this point, we have waited enough time where Sparbory would not accrue that full year of service time. And we could look to bring him up. Similar physical measurables to Johnny Grieve. He's only 5'7", around 165 pounds. Good defender, good speed, and a good hitter against lefties. That's a tough first at bat. Couldn't lay off the curve. Here in the 5th inning, Sparbory gets ahead. Does he get anything here? 3-1. No, he does not. Ball 4. Drew Jones not playing quite as well as Sparbory, so he's behind Chet when it comes to the next guy coming up. Jones 1 for 2 on this day, and that's going to be skied into right, down the line, and out. Soderstrom, nothing too impressive here to warrant a call-up anytime soon. You know, I'm thinking about our coaching staff and their contracts coming up at the end of the year, and maybe we got to try something a little different for offensive development when the next hiring cycle comes around. Maybe target some different ratings, because I feel like we have not developed players' offense great in the first few years of the series. I can't even count Hank Holder. There wasn't anything to develop to get him to play that well. We'll hire his high school coach. Just in front of it. That would have been a homer. He pulls this one into left field and moves to 0 for 3 on the day. No difficult plays in the outfield. Everything's been hit within 5 feet of him to this point. Luke Keeschel had a 3-hit game recently, so his average looks really nice at the moment. Still keeping him at the majors, but I want to give Johnny Grieve a few more at-bats, as we just wanted to reset him for a couple days, hopefully, and get him more at-bats before we make a decision this year. Taking on the New York Yankees now, and it's 2 apiece. It is Carlos Rodon facing Hank Holder. 1 on here in the 5th inning. Apparently he has 6 at-bats against Rodon already in his career. He's 1 for 6. Tries to go 2 for 7. Runner goes. And Hank drives one. That's to left. Could it have been any more advantageous for the Yankees? At least we're safe. Knocked down at first, and Carter, he's there. It's an infield hit. Been tough for him to get those against lefties this season. And now Johnny Grieve batting 151. Johnny does have a home run actually in this game. 2 on the season. Got him. Yeah, definitely just knowing the zone and reading things. That it's tough on these 5-7 hitters right now. Hopefully I can get better with time because we have a lot of them. Let's go with Agustin Ramirez here in the 6th inning. Of course, he came over from the Yankees in the Jazz Chisholm deal. And he's in the driver's seat, 3-1. Just a little low to put 2 on. We're going to get Otto Lopez a chance here in the 6th inning. And he lines it. It's down. And we'll wave home the go-ahead run. Otto Lopez delivers again. Having some trouble with this sidearm delivery, but finally got one there. And now Holder deep into the night. Did he get enough of this one? It doesn't appear so. And then we give up a grand slam to Isaac Paredes in the 7th. Johnny Grieve bounces it up the middle. Nice double play turned. Conine just got a nice slider top of the zone. He can't do anything with it. Now Norby connects. Rocketed to center field, but another catchable ball. And Ramirez singles through with 2 away. Just good to see him getting on base. Luke Keeschel can actually play some center field, and I'm pinch hitting him into the game. Giving the young guys some chances here in a 4-run ball game. Up the middle, and Keeschel is on the board. 2 on. Hey, we're chasing Fairbanks out of the game. We'll take that. And who else would you want up here in this spot facing Kirk Cousins' cousin than Otto Lopez? He's 2 for 3 on the day. Already has a couple nice 2-out hits in the episode. When Otto Lopez has a good day, the episodes are more fun. Close. He hits it deep to left again. Lopez, 3-run homer. He's back in that all-star form, everybody. I was wondering where he went. We found him today. 7-6. And there's hope yet for Miami. A 2-out rally by an unlikely trio of hitters. That was a slider right down the middle. Holder is way in front. Foul. And I knew I had to swing at it. Thought I sat back enough. But we're going to go into the 9th, and at least there is hope. I called up Xavier Curry, but I don't think he's pitched yet at the majors this season. These are 2024 numbers. And he's going to have to face some big bats here, the Yankees. Got Alex Bregman hitting in front of Aaron Judge now, and I think Schwarber's after. Good luck. Low 90s fastball for Curry. He's not an overpowering strikeout guy. Definitely more of a control-oriented finesse pitcher. And Bregman just clobbered it. And go grab that bat, Alex. It's foul. You hate to see it. Aaron Judge now. All right, careful. The curveball has a lot of break. Still, I wanted that more outer side of the plate. 0-2 from Curry, and it's going to be sent down the line softly by Judge, and his speed will be enough to make it into second base. Schwarber's been great with New York. That's a tremendous fit for their park, and of course, Yankees always want to have that big-time power. 3 hits on the day. That was a good one to hit. Curry strikes him out. And they're saying intentionally walk Paredes. I agree with that. The Yankees have slipped in this series, but I feel like with this cluster of 4 hitters, there's got to be a good chance they bounce back up here. I'm not sure what their record is in Season 4. Jake Myers at the plate. That's going to be low, and we'll load the bases for Austin Wells. This is too good of a chance for us to bring in one of our many lefties. It's Jose Hernandez, and he's put together a really good year, especially against those lefty hitters. That was a lot of work coming back. Would have been easy to sim to the end, thinking we'd lose this game, but now I want to be one swing away. And it's sent to Keishel, manning center. And Keishel makes the catch. And we got to face TJ Antone, who's 6 of 7 on his save tries this year, striking out 32% of all hitters. Jonah Bride's where we begin. 96 on the fastball from Antone. Bride crushing righty pitching this season. Got him on a high fastball. Back up the middle now. Evan Carter's going to reach with that elite speed. Can Antone hold him at first? Austin Wells behind the plate. Doesn't have the best arm. We're sending Carter here, and Grieve puts it in the air, but Carter's going to have to go all the way back. And so, Griffin Conine, we've been waiting for him to show us something this year. Here's his chance. Tying runs on first. Inside from Antone. Good pitch on the outside edge. Got him. Tough pitch on the outside edge again, and Antone does nail it down for the Yankees after we made it close. Just to be more competitive, though, in games like this, I do think is a good sign. You go down 7-2. You think the game is probably over. Jonah Bride, lat muscle strain. He should be fine. I'm giving Keishel a couple starts in center. He can play it, and he's out hitting other guys. Washington has claimed Bobby Miller. This was a revocable waiver. We are not going to withdraw. The Nationals add Miller. It does not appear, though, he's about to face us. It's a 4-game series, and we're going to miss him by a single day. He will start for them against the Dodgers. We are handed our 5th straight defeat against Washington, which snaps a 10-game losing streak they previously had, and now 3-12. What is happening? I knew it was a Jordan Hicks start again. Yep, this one ain't working out. He was good in his first outing, and not a single outing since has been of quality. Here's the scouting board this week. Daniel Early is going to be 12th on the board after 1 round of scouting, while Ken Chadwick drops. We also discovered 2 more infielders this week. I scouted the international region this time. Andres Ramirez, Jack Carter, though, unranked players. I might save more discovery for later on in the season if we have the time to do it. For now, though, I think we need to get going on some of these other top prospects. And we're going to start here with outfielder from California, Jimmy Holland, a lefty. Looks like a well-rounded player. Facing the Nationals, and here's Luke Keeschel with the bases juiced. Keeschel shown us some good things this year. Let's see if he can build upon that 294 starts. One gone in the inning, already up one. And that one's blocked. Keeschel into right field, and we'll wave home a second runner, and it's a 2-run single. Giving Luke Keeschel his chance, he's running with it. This is awesome to see. With his ratings, I really wasn't sure if he'd hit all that well. I feel like we've seen players with better ratings struggle, so that has to be in your head, but every player is unique, and you really have to see it for yourself with everybody. And now Ruiz cranks one deep to left. It's down. And another run scores. 5-1 Miami. And now it's Cole Carrig who has a hit already. Kind of torn between leaving him in his current role and giving him more regular at-bats. I think I'll consider that more if somebody from AAA is really playing well and developing and really needs that spot. For now, Carrig, I think, playing his role quite well. I do have another catcher I'd like to bring up in Joe Mack, but he's not starting off the season well with the bats. Carrig to center, and we're running on that. Looking for a 6th run, and we have it as Keeschel slides in safe. Johnny Grieve, and it's foul. Here's a guy who needs some things to start going his way. 135 on the year for Johnny. Has a couple homers, surprisingly, already. Gone on strikes. And that rally we sparked leads the Marlins to victory. That was a really fun inning, and it wasn't with the big names either. Ruiz goes 3 for 4, and it's an 8-inning outing for Max Meyer. A really good start. That's the kind of win we've been waiting for. Alec Thomas hurt his knee. He's going to miss a couple days, so more playing time up for grabs. Here's Joe Mack, a player I'd like to get at the majors this season. He is a 70 overall catcher and a really good defender. He has a great arm behind the dish. Offensively might not be great, but if he's your second catcher, I think you're happy with this skill set. 25 years old, so certainly could get better. Just wanted to see some better offense down at AAA. What are we doing there? It's a blizzard right now on this screen. It's ridiculous. Are you kidding me? Bobby Miller went 6.2, allowing just 2. Bobby Miller might get a win against us. And how come it said he wasn't playing this game earlier, and now they had him in this game? So I could have played against him the whole time. Otto Lopez at the plate. I don't know about this spot, guys. There's nobody out. And it's served into right. That's not his spot. Nobody in scoring position. Nobody out. Evan Carter 0 for 3 with 3 punch-outs. And the Nationals then toss in the lefty reliever. Hey, the Rays called up Nelly Taylor down below. That's pretty cool. Hank Holder on deck. He's hitting 198. And he's going to hit with 2 aboard. Slow start for Holder suddenly. Let's see if we can get something against Perez after 4 bad misses. Make it 5. 6. And Holder clubs this one to left field, but it gets tracked down. I've had some really solid swings with him that just haven't turned into hits. Norby comes up empty. I'm enjoying this episode. I feel like I'm giving you guys a few more offensive highlights than these episodes usually have. I ain't done though. I got another one in me. I feel it. Down 2, 2 aboard. Norby to first base. That won't cut it. We just got to get him out more often. This is only the 8th appearance for Jose Alvarado. He doesn't just get save opportunities now. I wish I could set stuff like that up more so in the simulating. I think every time I say that, you guys tell me that Out of the Park has stuff like that. Good try. Bunt this. Wow. Can't believe he even hit it. That's out. Look who's on the Nationals now. One of my favorite players from the Redbirds franchise last year. We got Lars Nootbaar. That nice lefty swing was a favorite of mine. And Lars rolls it over. Getting ahead of James Wood. Alvarado has felt really good every outing I've had. He's just not getting enough chances on this team. Like the most obvious deadline trade candidate ever. Alvarado for Cy Young. I love it. If only he had more than 7 outings this season. Ground ball holder. A 1-2-3 inning. I'm simply continuing to play this game because Bobby Miller is in line for a win if we don't fix this. Wow, and the NL RBI leaders down below, Darrell Ingram of the Reds. We'll check on him after the game, if I remember to. 3-0 on Jonah Bride. This is Elvis Peguero. And they're worse than us. I imagine he gets fewer chances than even Alvarado. He walks him on 5. We'll put Ruiz in the game. Won't be too aggressive here in a 2-run game, though. And Griffin Conine, 0 for 2, only hitting 180. Good pitch, strike 2. He lines it to left, but it's caught. And this game is going to come down to Agustin Ramirez. Wow, just 4 hits on the day for Miami. 3-1. Count full. And a base hit to right. No need to run Ruiz. As we bring the go-ahead run, the winning run to the plate, we give a chance to Luke Keeschel. He's 1 for 2, hitting .316. Keeschel! No way! He just did that! And it's gone! Luke Keeschel walk-off! Unbelievable! Bobby Miller will not be beating us today! Just got a fastball, and I knew we couldn't let that go. How about that for a game winner? Given his first real chance today at starting playing time, and Luke Keeschel is not giving it up. We needed this kind of breakout to spark some excitement here in Season 4. That is unbelievable. 3-run walk-off homer. A no decision for Bobby Miller, who in his Nationals debut went 6 2/3, 6 strikeouts. That's what I'm talking about. Couldn't believe we got that perfect there. Luke Keeschel is your player of the game. I'm in awe right now. I feel like that's one of the greatest moments of the series so far. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the first walk-off home run I've hit. I can't remember doing it previously. We've had some walk-offs, but a walk-off home run. Jose Alvarado gets the victory. He now has 2 wins, 4 saves. With the man of the hour here, Luke Keeschel. We're still early. 39 at-bats ain't many, but 13 hits. Now, his first big league home run, that's what that was. Your first homer is a walk-off 3-run homer. We drop our next game against the Braves. We have not had good luck against them this year. But Johnny Grieve has 2 hits. Luke Keeschel, he has 3. 2 more doubles on the day. Espino had a tough outing. Alek Thomas is on a little 4-game hitting streak that has improved his average. You know, one little hot streak can make a guy's numbers look entirely different. So he gets the leg up now over Griffin Conine. We're trending in the right direction. We've jumped up to 19th in terms of runs scored. We've hit some homers today, but are still 27th in the league. Let's see our on-base percentage. 24th, and our slugging is 28th. And we're dead last in ERA. It's not even close. The Rockies are looking at us saying, wow, these guys stink. We finally beat the Braves this year in a 3-0 game. Norby goes yard. We have Yuri Perez goes 6. Much better day. And just like on opening day, we're facing Spencer Strider. We trail by 1 here in the 6th. We haven't seen Norby start this strong, maybe ever in the series. It's not even particularly, impressively strong, but the last 2 years were send-down worthy. Holder at second. And weekly hit towards right center. That's going to have Holder in motion, moving up to third. 6 homers on the year for Jonah Bride to go with 20 RBIs. We're not even out of April. That just feels like a lot for a team in our situation this year. To right field. And, yep, we're running on that. Holder with 99 speed. He's in there. And the Marlins tie the game. We move ahead into the 8th inning. Johnny Grieve, hitless on the day, facing Justin Martinez. Broke his bat. The barrel stayed up in the air and floated in slow motion. Kind of strange seeing Hank here with a 197 average. Feels like he hasn't hit a home run all day. He has 3 on the year. And couldn't connect on the splitter, strike 3. Jonah Bride, that's a 9th inning base hit as we try to take the lead on Atlanta. Ruiz running for Bride, and here's Alek Thomas. He takes off, and we're just going to try to score on this one, and Thomas will bring him home on an RBI double, 4-3 Miami. He was off with the pitch, and I had a good feeling about that one once it left the bat. And look who's getting an at-bat here to finish things off potentially. We got Luke Keeschel hitting .340, but he's 0 for 3 on the day. Would always like one more, and he's under this one, but that's going to stay in the park. 41-degree launch angle, a little too far under it. We'll move Johnny Grieve to first, and then we're going to swap Myers and Keeschel, get some extra speed in center. And here comes Jose Alvarado. He's 5 for 5 on save tries this year. He's adapted quite well to this role. For the Marlins, that's more of a part-time job. But maybe we can start to pick it up and get him out there a little more often. High drive, belted to left. Murphy gives it a ride, and Conine has to play it off the wall. Stand-up double to start the 9th. Oh, not Ozzy. Not Ozzy Albies. Yeah, against me, he is. We got to end this at bat. High drive. Belted, turning, foul. And a ground ball that holds the runner. Keeschel's throw is on line for Grieve. 1 gone. Here's Jared Kelnick, who was dominant on opening day, hitting .288 this year. He comes up empty again. And he went around. Two down for Atlanta. The game is up to Owen Miller. Another swing and miss for Atlanta. And now down 0-2. Struck him out. Alvarado does it again. And the Marlins take this one from the Braves. Another fun win for Miami, getting it done in these late innings. The team's waking up. They're a lot of fun to play with suddenly. Still think we might struggle to reach our goal this year of being an 80-win team. But I'm going to take all these wins I can get. I'm enjoying them. That's a series win against the Braves. I do want to get us into the next month. We spent a lot of time here in April. And we score our third consecutive win over Pittsburgh. Let's return to check out the scouting again. Ken Chadwick, 31st. Daniel Early all the way up to 5th on the board. Firmly in play at 10. Jimmy Holland, meanwhile, he's going to 15th on the board. Only 29% motivated to sign, and the offensive upside isn't great. I think we are done scouting him. There's just so many players to scout that are in play for 10. We're going to spend so much time getting that pick right. Might be tough to make a good third selection this year, the way things are looking. We're going to scout the number 1 ranked Doug Butcher this week, along with Sean Carvajal and Eddie Ayala. And we wrap up April at last. We are 13-22. A step up today. And last year, while no one really broke out in the regular season here in the East, the Phillies are 25-9. They've gotten red hot. Luke Keisel still hot, 57 at-bats into his MLB career. And he's pretty much good for a hit on most days. Augustin Ramirez is hitting .298. These are the two hottest hitters on the team, and the ratings for Ramirez reflect it. Little concern here with Hank Holder. He actually goes from 87 to 86 overall. He's just not hitting that well, so the ratings are dropping. I talked about how good of a start Darrell Ingram was having in Cincinnati. And here's Ingram, who is an 85. Now he's closing the gap on Hank. He's only 1 overall lower. This season, Ingram's been much better. He's had 9 homers compared to 16 as a rookie. And he has a .903 OPS. Outside of Jonah Bride, this has not been a great home run hitting team. Nobody else has more than 3 after the first month. Even Carrick's hit well in his 42 at-bats, so we're getting some young offensive production from this team, but some of the more established players now are lacking. The pitching has been in pretty rough shape. Alvarado, Soriano, Morejon, Hernandez all have FIPS under 4. And then you see most of our starting rotation, it's over 5. That's not a good place to be. These are high home run rate against players, and the strikeouts aren't high enough to help offset it. So Jordan Hicks, this has been a failed signing to this point. Sparbore's hitting .250 down at AAA. We're seeing contact against lefties go up a little bit more. Drew Jones hitting .194. And then we'll get to Noelvi Marte, who's caught fire at the plate recently. It's a huge multi-hit stretch for him. PJ Morlando, got to keep an eye on him all year. 69 overall, contact lefties and power against righties going up. Nathan Martorella has hit .398. That stands out from everybody else. A lot of multi-hit games in here. And he, too, could end up seeing himself called up at some point. I just don't think he's the next guy. We're getting closer to Joe Brown and Xavier Edwards coming off the injured list. We'll see Edwards return here in the next episode very early. And we'll see what that does for our offense and how much I have to change things around. Factoring in Keisel playing well and some of the developments we've seen. Joe Brown, then, he's about 2 to 3 weeks away, and then he'll resume at AAA, closing in on his chance to play big league ball. I haven't gotten any trade requests yet, but I am going to put a couple players out there and we'll see if we get offers. We're going to have to see if someone gives us a good deal for Jonah Bride as he's putting in another impressive season. Might be his best. I talked about not trading Dane Myers because I didn't really feel it was super realistic to do it. But I feel like if I put a guy like him on the block and someone calls me about him, then it's a different story. And the Nationals claim Bobby Miller. He's only made 2 starts with them, and they've both been good quality starts. I'm shocked by that. And that'll do it for this episode, everybody. Another fun one with actually a lot of offensive success in this one. I wasn't expecting the Otto Lopez homers, the Luke Keeschel walk-off. A lot of homers in this episode to not hit any with the Stars. We'll see if any of these breakouts can continue. I'm hopeful about this year and at least getting development from the players that we need it from. Let me know what you think down below about Luke Keeschel and Augustin Ramirez having success to open the year, and what you think about Johnny Grieve here, now 114 at-bats into this season. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you all in the next episode.